And welcome to the second episode of Championship Rewind here on Coffee with Graeme, presented by Amateur Sports TV. And in the first episode of Championship Rewind, we took a look at Béliveau's Athlete of the Year, Male Athlete of the Year, Alexander Delarone. Nice talking to him. But today we got a very special guest on the show. He joined us on the high school sports show earlier this year, and his name's Samuel De Pau. And Sam, nomination for the MVP award in the Winnipeg Free Press division this season, along with the Platinum Promotion Scholarship Award. We're going to get into that and a lot more here on today's edition of Championship Rewind with your host, Graeme Forsyth. And joining us now is the MVP nominee himself, Samuel De Pau. Sam, how's it going, buddy?
Good, you. Thanks for having me again, Graeme. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and it's great to see you again. Last time I talked to you was on our high school sports show here on the network. I think that was back in March. I can't really remember what month it was, but it was earlier this year. Since then, what have you been up to? How have you been doing?
Yeah, it's probably in March, but since then, I've just been doing some hockey camps, goalie camps, get back into it because it's been quite a while since I've hit the ice. And, just working too, doing good lately.
Nice. And hockey camps, what type of hockey camps have you been going into?
I just do with Brent Zelowich. It's called Tailored Goaltending. It's just like they're really good. Love the place. It's just nice goalie camps. Get back into it, do nice drills, feel the rhythm again.
Nice. So it's nice and easy, or does the intensity kind of go up a bit sometimes in those camps?
Oh, intensity definitely goes up in those camps, but
yeah,
you start off easy, and then because it's been like 2 months, it's hard to going back into the net as a goaltender. So but it's a great camp. I love it.
Awesome. And you just celebrated grad with the boys this year, class of 2020. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yep.
Grad awesome. So how was it to graduate with those boys, a group of guys that you've been playing 3 years of high school hockey with?
Oh, it was special. Really good moment. Honestly, any grade 12 senior dream, like winning the championship and graduating with the same boys you won it with. It's a great feeling.
Awesome. And you got nominated for some hardware this season. One of those awards was the Platinum Promotion Scholarship Award. I don't think you won it, but just nonetheless, just an awesome honor, I'm sure, for you.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, getting nominated is always great. Congrats to whoever won it. I don't know who, but congrats to them. Still an honor.
Awesome. So we're going to move into the year you had with Collège Béliveau, the championship season you guys had, finally being able to get over the hump. I just want to get into the team aspect of things, the team outlook. You last time you joined us, you said that you didn't expect this team to have the championship season it had. So just looking back on it now, was it the team bonding, the chemistry that was the biggest part of the reason you guys really clicked this year?
Yeah, for sure. It was honestly all about our chemistry. Like, we were all like in good terms. We always hung out, had like wings night every once a week almost. That's how you like get better, have a good chemistry. That's what won it for us. That's my opinion, at least.
Nice. And wing night's always fun with the boys. Always a good time for sure. And last time you joined me, you said that you guys had a good mix of guys, and you guys were pretty deep across the board, and you guys were pretty diverse in the sense of the age groups. So 2 grade 9s, the most grade 10s you guys have ever had, a solid returning cast of seniors as well in grade 11s. So you said that rookies win you the games. You learned that throughout your 3 years. Can you kind of elaborate on that point, why you think that having good rookies wins you the hockey games more than the seniors?
Yeah, because the seniors are there to lead an example to the rookies, like how to play. But like, you honestly can't win like your championship without the rookies. So the rookies are there, like following by example and giving you that extra support. because the seniors can't do everything. Like we have the age advantage on like the rookies and stuff, but like we can't do it. We can't be on the ice 24/7. We need rookies to back us up. We need a good chemistry. We need those young players to like just do the job for us, like what's needed of them.
Right. Yeah, and just looking at your team's strength this year, what would you say you guys look the strongest at going into the season?
What we look strongest is our defensive zone. We kind of struggled for offense for quite a long time. Actually, it was usually just like the defense and the goaltending. Me and my friend Ethan Vinny, like we usually kept the wall up, but then our offense picked it up a lot after the Christmas break, and it was great. Like just before and after, we started doing good on offense. But I'd say our best attribute was the defensive zone.
Nice. And throughout your 3 years, would you say that this is maybe the most talented defensive team you guys had coming into this year?
I'd say it's the most talented group of defenses we had. Like there was some good. Don't get me wrong. There's some great defense
Yeah.
back in the days in old Béliveau Barracudas teams, but this year we had a really good handful of them. Like every single one of them had their strengths.
Nice. And going into your first game this year, last season opener, not home opener, but last season opener, you guys played before your home opener against Stonewall. So, what was the preparation like going into that last game, knowing it's your final season opener?
It was pretty stressful. It was like this my last year as a CUDA. Like it's the last home opener. You want to make it good so you can remember. You don't want to go off the ice being like, oh, I could have done this and that. But like all throughout, I played my best and I won that game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and it was good.
Yeah, and you said last time you joined us, you said that you faced like 30 something shots, and you guys were able to get that 2-1 win in that game. So, did you find that the improvements you made throughout the off season, the changes you made to your game, the work you put in, was something that really led to that first strong performance of the season?
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it last time. It was all mental. Like I like past seasons, I was never as mentally prepared as I was this year, and I worked on that throughout the summer and camps and stuff, and it showed like good results from it. It's all about being prepared for it mentally.
And what are some of those steps that you took to kind of improve the mental aspect of your game? Because there's the physical part of the game, of course, your body of work, but then there's the mental part of the game. As you spoke to it, it's about being mentally tough and mentally prepared for games. So, is there things you kind of worked at to improve that at all?
Yeah, like for example, on the game against Stonewall, all day at school I'm thinking about the game, right? I'm isolating myself from my friends, not using up as much energy, and all leading up to the game. And when I get to the game, I'm not like a player. I won't socialize with everyone. I'll say like like a couple words, but I'm focusing on myself, keeping it in mind, like playing some rewinds in my mind of some plays that could happen. Like that's how I prepared for the games, and then obviously do my warm up by myself, do everything like on your own, and like get your mindset ready for the game, and like, keep playing over like scenarios that could happen. That's what I would do, and then it worked really well for me.
Nice. And going into your last ever home opener, I'm sure the buildup was crazy. It was the homecoming game for you guys, but how intense was the atmosphere around the school? Were they pretty hyped up?
Oh yeah, it was crazy. Everyone was like talking about it. Everyone's planning out rides all day, and you're just sitting there like, oh god, I better play good. Yeah, and I was like stressed because I had the flu throughout the whole playoffs, and like the last game of like the Glenlawn playoffs, I like the finals, I was done. Like I couldn't even get up, but I pulled through, played a decent game, and our team came together like really well, and everyone just played outstanding that day, and we showed our school like we represented our school really well. I was so proud
Awesome.
of that. Yeah,
Yeah. And you battled through the flu game, eh?
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Awesome. And 5-0 shutout performance for you in that game, and you allowed 1 goal in your first 2 games. So, what do you think was the biggest reason why you had that strong start to the season? Was it that mental preparation?
Yeah, like honestly, for me, like in my opinion, that was the reasoning why I played so good. That and because it was my last year and I played every game like it was my last game. And I was like, after this game, there's no going back, and them all mental.
And 4-0 start for you and your team, which is awesome to see this season. You guys really started off strong. So what were kind of the things you saw throughout the whole team that really led you guys to have that strong start to the season?
Honestly, I think like we did, like, obviously no one wants to lose, right? So we always have that mentality, like we want to win this game. And after winning that first game against Stonewall, everyone's like, I like this feeling, because everyone was hyped up and just kept leading on to game after game after game. Everyone was ready. Everyone wanted to play. It was just great. That's just like liking the feeling of it.
Great. And then a little bit of a negative here, but not really. But your first loss, how did you guys deal with that? Was it a leak in the balloon, as the saying goes, or were you guys staying pretty confident after that first loss?
Well, after the first loss, like, yeah, we were pretty mad because like our offense, we weren't generating anything, and we got bag skated obviously the next practice, but it didn't let us, like, we didn't let it bring us down completely. Like, we were like, improved our game for the next one, and just forgot about it, improved. And yeah, it was pretty terrible feeling, but like it's we dealt with it in the room and everything.
Yeah, for sure. And then you personally, you go on a 7-game win streak. You play pretty solid in those games, but I'm assuming that the supporting cast started to pick up and that offense picked up. Was that when you really saw the team kind of shape up and take form?
Yeah, that's when I saw, like, seeing that our team could beat these teams, not without big trouble. We weren't struggling. We were all happy. Like, some games we won, like half of us weren't even feeling like playing. It was like, okay, like our team's got something. But yeah, that's when I
Awesome.
started seeing it. Yep.
Yeah, great, great. And then you had an All-Star game appearance as well this season. Was it your first All-Star game appearance ever?
Yeah, ever in like any league. It was
Nice.
great.
Awesome. So how was that whole experience like? Because you get to this game, you're getting rewarded because you're there for the solid play you had throughout the season to that point. How was that whole experience like going into that game?
It was awesome. Like, All-Star game is just where all the players come along and just like have a great time. Like, don't take it super seriously. It's great. It's like, yeah, like I made it here. I'm like, I was like seeing throughout all the teams to be here. It's a good feeling. It was a special moment for all of us.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, just going in, being able to let loose with some of the best players all around high school hockey is great for sure. So you you had a heck of a season to the point until your last 3 games where you were 11-1, but then you go on a 3-game losing streak going into the playoffs. What wasn't working in those 3 games?
We had some issues in the room, like some boys saying, "Oh, we don't want to be here, we don't want to play," and then like it obviously showed in the game. Some players didn't want to play, and people were getting let down. And then like for the playoffs, we did an adjustment. We sat a player for reasoning, and like our team together for the playoffs, because like, right, all the seniors are like, look, this is our last year. Let's forget about the last 3 games that we lost. Like, let's just focus one game at a time. That's how we dealt with it, and then it worked out pretty well.
And that really goes back to the point you brought up earlier, how you and the seniors really brought the rookies together and the team together too. I'm assuming that you guys kind of tapped into that same magic you guys had earlier in the season, getting the boys to bond.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure. And moving in the playoffs, you guys win the first round with these 2-0 sweep, and then you guys go into the second round against the St. Paul's Crusaders. You dropped that first game 5-1. Tough game for sure to start off the series, and then you guys had your backs to the wall. So, what was the feeling like in the room after that game, knowing that this could be you're going into maybe your last game ever wearing a CUDA jersey?
Yeah, honestly, we weren't worried, because that first game that we lost against them was like a super unlucky game. Nothing went our way, so we didn't think much about it. Like, obviously, we were still stressed because, like, yeah, this could be our last game. So we put everything on the line, just like played our hardest up there, and then it worked out good. And won those next 2 games, especially the last game in the shootout. That was stressful. Everyone had PTSD because last year, like I mentioned earlier, in the last episode last year, we lost a CPEN in it. So everyone, especially me, I was on my toes, didn't let one in, and then,
Nice. And what adjustments did you guys make as a team to get ready for that second and possibly final game going in?
We honestly didn't do much. We just focused more mentally. No one was really talking in the rooms. We were all focused dead on onto the game and went in and played our best. That's what we did.
Nice. And I'm just going to pull up a clip here from that shootout win that you guys had. Take a video of this when I was actually at the game. I watched you guys play, which was awesome. Heck of a game. One of the most electrifying atmospheres I've ever witnessed, to be honest. But here's the last save that you made to send your team to the semifinals. So going through this, what was going through your head when that shooter was coming down?
If I'm being completely honest, I already had a great idea that he was going to shoot because the 2 first players that came down on me both tried deking and completely failed. So I was thinking in my head, this guy's probably going through the same thing. My 2 teammates failed on deking. I'm going to try shooting. So I stayed tall and, played it out perfectly and went blocker and high blockers, blocked it all and went to those boards. Good game.
Nice. And just seeing your bench erupt, how was that feeling, seeing just the whole crowd erupt for you after making that save?
Oh, it was a great feeling. If I'm being completely honest, I had no idea that we had won it because I thought it was 5-shot shootout. I didn't know it was only 3 shots. I was like, oh, God. And I realized, as soon as, I turned around again, I realized we won. I was like, holy crap. And then everyone's going crazy. It was great. Oh, especially the fans. I loved it. Started
Awesome.
chanting some things. It was great.
Yeah, for sure. And it's always a great day when you beat those boys at St. Paul's, eh?
Oh, it's always a great day.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Sam, we're going to go to a quick break here. We're going to keep recapping the season that you guys had in just a moment here, but we're going to hear from our supportive sponsors supporting the show today. And we'll be back in just a moment with Sam De Pau, senior goaltender of the Collège Béliveau Barracudas and Winnipeg Free Press Division champion. Be back in just a moment, Sam.
At Collins Hotel, we have you and your family's comfort in mind. Relax in one of our 16 suites featuring king or queen-size beds and 36-inch TVs. Suites also include a mini fridge and other kitchen appliances to make your stay as comfortable as possible. During your stay in Pilot Mound, visit Weiser's Restaurant, our attached family-friendly restaurant and bar. It is the perfect location to host group meals, dine with the family, or unwind after a hockey game. Come in and meet our friendly staff offering daily specials on food and drinks, Wing Night Wednesdays, Buffet Fridays, and multiple TVs to watch the game. Weiser's is the place to be. Collins Hotel and Weiser's Restaurant and Bar, located across the street from Blackjack Stewart Arena off Highway 3 in Pilot Mound.
All right, Graeme Forsyth back here with Samuel De Pau, goaltender, senior goaltender for the Béliveau Barracudas boys hockey program here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And him and his team won the championship for the first time in school history this season in the Winnipeg Free Press Division. We were just talking about the season that they had before the break, the experiences and the ups and downs they had throughout the season, and we're just going to go into playoffs a bit more here. So you guys, after winning that series against the St. Paul's Crusaders, you guys faced off against the Kelvin Clippers in the semifinals, and Kelvin came in and they upset two of the two top seeds in the league to get to that point, and you guys, just the history of the school not being able to make it to the finals. It was a big matchup for you guys, I'm assuming.
Yeah, obviously, since like for me, 3 years in a row going to the semifinals and losing every time, and a lot of players had the same experience in school history, never making it past there. We were all stressed about it, and obviously Kelvin having been the best teams in the league kind of made us nervous, but we came in confident.
And you boys weren't taking them lightly too, which is great.
No, didn't take it lightly at all. We were serious because, it's semifinals, always lost in there, so we took it super serious.
For sure. And in that first game you guys played against them, you guys were down twice, I think, but you guys were able to battle back. So being able to go through the adversity you guys did against St. Paul's, I'm sure that helped you guys propel to take it to the next step in that semifinals.
Yep, definitely did.
Yeah, for sure. And then you guys go on to your first finals in school history against the Glen Lawn Lions. What was the game plan going into that series? Because Glen Lawn was a pretty highly powered offensive team.
Well, honestly, Glen Lawn only had 2 or 3 really good forwards. Like, I'm not saying the other forwards are bad. I'm just saying three ones. We have to be careful. So we had no game plans because we never made it to the finals. But I told my coaches, I was like, look, we have to look out for this player, and this player. Keep an eye on them 24/7. We're fine. That's exactly what we did. We kept an eye on those 3 top players, Connor Davis, Matthew Trott, and Liam Boziak. 3 unreal players that are really skilled, and, kept them close, and it turned out great.
Awesome. And you guys dropped that first game in the finals, and then you guys come back and force a game 2. So just talking about what we were earlier about St. Paul's, where you guys dropped that first game in that series, you guys knew that it could be your last game, and you just left it all out there. You did the same in the finals as well, too, right?
Exactly, same thing.
Yeah, for sure. And then just a wild game 3 in the championship series in front of a packed crowd. Had to be a packed crowd there for sure.
Oh, it was filled.
For sure. But man, I was stuttering my words there. But yeah, just crazy stat line. Down 1-0 in the first. You guys were able to tie it going into intermission. Scored 4 unanswered goals, going up 5-1. Then they answer back, make it 5-2. Evan Thor gets ejected for you guys, and that puts the Lions on a 5-minute power play. Glen Lawn makes it 5-4, but then you guys, like you guys did all playoffs long, were able to battle through that adversity and end up winning the game 7-5. So just you took us through a bit in the last episode through that championship game, but could you take us through again?
Of our emotions that we're going through it?
Of just the game, the emotions, just the game in general.
Going into the game, it was like, obviously, we were all stressing. All our friends were out there. We knew there was a packed crowd. It was first time ever, game 3 out of 3. So, we're just, stressing in the room. But, our coaches came in, gave us a great speech. Honestly, that made us feel so much more confident about it. And then we went out there fully pumped. And then they scored the first goal. But then our team answered back with the 0.4 seconds, I believe. And that which tied it 1-1 in the first period. And going to the second, our coach was like, hey, guys, you guys got to pick it up. You're playing great offensively. Just keep going. And then our offense just clicked in the second period, scoring 4 more goals unanswered. And then at the end of the second, they got a really lucky bounce on me. And then going into the intermission, our team was kind of too excited, and that was not a good thing. People were acting like it was over, and then the seniors are trying to explain, it's not over. We still have 1 more period. This team's skilled. They can come back. So then going in the third, that's exactly what happened. They came back 5-4. And then my rookie, Cohen Chung, had a lucky break and then scored 5 on the goalie, put up 6-4, and then we just had the momentum from there, and then we just kept going. Everyone was excited. We all had the momentum. We just went for it. Then we finished off winning 7-4, and then, yeah.
Awesome. And before we get into anything else about the playoffs, I forgot to ask you about your rookie, Cohen Chung. Obviously, Cohen was a big part of that. One of the top lines for you guys with the two De Leon brothers. Great line for you guys this season. How fun was it to watch Cohen grow throughout the season and really improve his game?
It was hilarious. It was honestly the funniest rookie you can have, the nicest kid. And like for most of the season, we had him on defense, and then we like switched it up a bit, put him on offense, and it just worked so well. And then it was just proud vet of him.
Awesome. So did you win Finals MVP in the Finals?
Yeah, I won Finals MVP.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Always a great time when you can win any award in sports for sure. So what did it mean to you to get that Finals MVP?
It meant a lot because like usually goalies are not recognized for those awards. It's rare for a goalie to get MVP. So I was super honored. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. And I was just smiling and everything. It was just good to know that like I got recognized for that award.
And we talked about it last time, but you guys, it's pretty cool how it came full circle. You guys ended off your high school career, this group of seniors, where you guys started it in Seven Oaks Arena. So how cool is that feeling to end it off there?
Oh, it's pretty cool because we started, like you said, started our season there, finished it there. It was like deja vu, like holy, iconic. I don't know the words for it, but it was nice.
Yeah, for sure. Iconic. I love that word. It is iconic for sure. Pretty cool that you guys did end off where you guys started the whole thing off for sure. So your time with Béliveau is over. You guys went off with a bang, you and the seniors. But now a young goaltender that came in this season, Ethan Vincent, is set to take the reins of being the starting goaltender. So are you excited to see how Ethan's career shapes up and how he progresses throughout the next 3 years of his career at Béliveau?
Oh yeah, for sure. He had an outstanding season for a grade 9 goaltender. You rarely see a grade 9 goaltender like playing that as well as he did. Like he's a good guy. He's good at stopping the shots, and I know he's putting in the work to get better. Like I see him trying his best. It's gonna be fun watching him grow throughout the years.
For sure. And just speaking of your work ethic, was it something that Ethan would come to you and ask you about to kind of ask tips to get better at the game?
From time to time, like I feel like he was nervous to ask me because I'm a senior. He's a grade 9, so like sometimes when he was struggling with something, I just go over and just give him a quick tip, and then he'd listen and he'd try it out and everything. We had a good relationship, me and Vinny.
Nice. It's always awesome to see when the goaltending situation, you guys have a great relationship there. So moving on to just the individual stuff, your whole career with Béliveau, the MVP nomination, we're going to get into that right now. Just looking at your Béliveau career coming in year one, I'm pretty sure you switched schools, right, to play Béliveau hockey?
Yeah, I switched schools to play hockey for Béliveau, yeah.
Nice. So, first time you find out making the team, what were your emotions like on that first day you found out?
I was just happy because high school hockey is a great experience. I just wanted to try it out and everything. I was excited.
Awesome. And what would you say back then were the biggest strengths in your game coming in?
Back then, my best strengths would be like desperation saves, I'd say.
Yeah, just making that last minute desperation save. That's awesome for sure. So were there any ups and downs at all throughout that first year, or were there only good things?
No, there's some ups and downs. Some games wasn't ready for mentally, and then it turned out bad. But every goalie has their bad game. Unfortunately, when a goalie has a bad game, everyone notices. Not like a player.
Nice. And I'm sure you learned from those ups and downs for sure and made those adjustments too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And just like Ethan this year, he was sitting behind a vet. In your first year, similar to Ethan this year, you were sitting behind a vet and I forget his name now. Is it Max?
Kevin Lizotte?
Kevin Lizotte, yeah. Kevin Lizotte. So you got to, in your first year, sit behind Kevin Lizotte, who was a senior that season. What did you learn from Kevin's game that you maybe translated and took into your own game?
I just saw how you'd always like, stand tall and everything for when he's facing a shot. Be prepared for every shot. That's what I learned from him.
Awesome. And things that you were looking to improve on going into your next season with Béliveau, because you had a solid season going 8-3 in your first year. Pretty great rookie year for you. But what were the things that you're looking to improve on the most going into year 2?
Being prepared, like, for the first puck drop, so mentally prepared for the whole game. Because my problem was I'd take the first period too lightly. That's always been my problem, and then I fixed that throughout the years.
Nice. So you learned how to play a full 60-minute game
Yeah.
throughout your career. That's great. So going into your second year, you got more playing time, went 9-3. Just lower goals against average. Was that really the work you put in the offseason that led to you having a season like that?
Yeah, it's honestly all about the training you do. You can't just go into another season blindfolded and expect big things, right?
Yeah, for sure. And teams kind of have played you before too, right? And they're going to make those adjustments too. And if you're able to make those adjustments against the adjustments, that's going to work in your favor for sure. So going into game 2 of the semifinals against CPET in your grade 11 year, you guys facing a do or die situation again. Just how was that whole experience going into that game?
It was honestly a great experience because it was the first time that ever happened. Like, we won that game, I'm pretty sure, yeah, because we went to game 3. But it was exciting and it was scary at the same time. Do or die first time for me in the high school goalie, and it was just like same as this year's. It's like you last possibly in season, and then try your best, play your best.
Yeah, nice. And so after that season, you guys weren't able to get it done, but you showed progress throughout that whole year for sure, from your first year to that second year. So what were the things that you got better at in that second year? Was it the mental preparation again?
A bit of that. I wasn't fully great at it, but that, and then got way better at making the second and third save, like rebound control. My tracking skills got way better. My positioning was way better, and my movement got even better. And it was all around an improvement year.
And those years of improvement really led to you having this season where you went 11-4. You got career highs and everything. Your stats speak for themselves, and you're able to get that MVP nomination. So two award nominations for you this season. Heck of a year. It's a nice little cherry on top after winning that championship. So yeah. Where were you when you found out the news that you got nominated for MVP?
I think I was at home and I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw myself. I was like, what the heck? And I saw I got nominated. I was like, oh, that's great.
That's sick. Just kind of like, whoa, I'm nominated for MVP. That's awesome. That's sick. How are the emotions? Were you pretty happy? I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, I was happy because, again, goalies never get recognized for that, ever. So I was super excited. I was like, yeah, this is awesome.
Nice. And was there anyone that you told first about the news?
I told my parents, but they already knew. So, like,
so kind of dampen that, but it's awesome that you were able to share that with your parents. So, talking about your work ethic here, you showed up to practices 30 minutes beforehand to really put in that work. And Scott Cawson, your head coach, one of your biggest mentors, I'm thinking for sure, throughout your 3 years. And last time you were on the show, you said that at first you weren't vibing with Scott's coaching style, but then you learned to. It grew on you, and you learned to buy in. So, do you think that? How much do you think that Scott helped you with your development throughout the years?
He was a huge part of my development. Like, he was always there for me, always helped me out, and he always asked, like, what do you think you need to work on, and then he'd give me tips on everything and anything I asked, and his own opinion and everything. And I just started listening after like my first couple months that was a Barracuda, and it turned out good for me.
Nice. And was there anything that Scott specifically worked on you with, like your movement, your vision out there? Was it just everything in your game he helped you out with?
everything. And puck handling as well. It was great. Everything.
Nice. And puck handling is an underrated part about a goaltender's game, and it's always nice when you have that tool in your bag for sure. Was before you got to Béliveau, was puck handling something that you really worked on as a goaltender?
Like here and there, I started getting into puck handling in my grade 9 year, and then grade 10 I got even better at it, and Scott kept helping me, and I was great at it. I love handling the puck. It's awesome. I love it.
Awesome. And what do you think as a goaltender handling the puck like that really benefits your team with?
It helps a lot. Like if they do a dump and chase, I go back there, stop it. It cancels out a possible scenario that could happen. So then it helps your defense too. You could like save them a couple of strides and pass it to them, make some plays, like cross ice passes too. I've done that before.
Nice. So moving into your future in hockey, are you planning to take that next step into junior? I know the last time I talked to you that junior is the plan, or playing hockey somewhere in that next level is the plan for sure. So is there any junior teams you've been looking at that you're deciding to play for or trying out for?
Honestly, because of COVID-19, it kind of ruined some of my opportunities. But so I started just like working, and then now I'm back at looking, figuring it out, because I was supposed to go trial for 2 teams, and then COVID, interrupted it. So now I've just, whatever, I'm just going to figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. COVID definitely put a wrench in everyone's plans for sure. What teams were you looking to try out for?
One team in specific was Lansing Wolves in the UPSHL League in the States, one under the NCAA. That was one of the teams that I was planning on going out end of this month, actually. But I couldn't because the borders are closed, right?
Yeah, for sure. Has there been any interest from teams kind of contacting you at all, or has it been you just kind of looking yourself?
The Lansing Wolves contacted me, and another team in British Columbia and the Victoria or Vancouver Islands contacted me to go to this camp, and I was supposed to go again in end of May, but COVID.
Yeah, for sure. And it's always nice when you're getting that recognition from teams that they want you to come and play. So for you, how much does that mean for you for those teams to reach out to you?
It's great. It means that I definitely got the level to get recognized, and I could definitely make it. I put my effort into it. It's a good feeling.
Nice. So your plan is to play junior hockey after this COVID stuff kind of settles down. Say you play junior, and then after you're done with whatever team you're at, are you planning to take your talents to college after, or is junior after your time in junior, is it your kind of your send off?
Quite honestly, I haven't planned that far ahead. Like right now, I'm just focusing school always number one, and then hockey on the side, or mix of both. So I don't know. I just gotta figure that part out. I haven't yet, but
Nice. Well, Sam, it's been great talking to you once again here on the show. Thanks for joining us here on Championship Rewind. I wish you all the best in your future in hockey, and maybe down the line we can do this again.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me, Graeme.
All right, peace out, man.
Bye-bye.
Well, Sam De Pau, goaltender for the Collège Béliveau Barracudas championship squad for the 2019-2020 season, and great to talk to Sam today. He was a big part of Béliveau's success this season, and he left a lasting impact on that program for sure. And that's going to do it for today's edition of Championship Rewind. Join us next Thursday when we premiere to you guys our finale. And Landon Newman will be joining us, and we might have another guest from Béliveau joining us. Not too sure yet. We'll let you guys know about that if it gets finalized. But yeah, Championship Rewind, second episode in the books. Thanks to our sponsors and our supporters for supporting the show today. Without our sponsors, this wouldn't happen, and we appreciate every one of our supporters tuning in today. And that's going to do it for me, Graeme Forsyth, your host of Coffee with Graeme and Championship Rewind here on Amateur Sports TV. And until next time, I'll see you guys on the next edition of Championship Rewind and the next edition of Coffee with Graeme here on the network. Peace out and stay safe.